Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chloe if you're new here, and today's video is going to be a Q&A. So I decided that I would do a Q&A every single month because you guys asked me a lot of questions. I think we should start because there are a lot of questions and I want to get through most of them, or if not all of them, as fast as possible for that video to not be too long. Someone asked, how old are you? I'm 22 and I'm turning 23 at the end of this year. A few questions that I get asked all of the time is where I'm from, where do I live, what languages I speak. So I think we're gonna make that real clear. I am from Switzerland. I was born and grew up in Switzerland. My family lives in Switzerland. I moved to Berlin 2 years ago, and so I live now in Berlin since 2 years because I study there. I am often back in Switzerland, obviously, because my family and friends are here. Even though I made a ton of really good friends in Berlin, I'm here quite often, and I'm staying in Berlin for at least 1 more year, and then I don't know, because my school is gonna be over and I'll have to decide what I want to do. What else? Yeah, what languages I speak. So I grew up speaking French only. That's my mother tongue. That's the language I was always speaking as a kid. In school in Switzerland you learn German, and I started German when I was 6. So I do have good German, especially also because now I live in Berlin. And I also did a 4-month trip to Berlin just to learn German a few years ago, so I do have some good German knowledge. However, I'm a lot more fluent in French or English. I also speak Italian and Spanish. My Spanish is not really good because I don't really practice it that much, but my Italian is okay. It's pretty good. Would you live in Italy? For right now, no. I'm not planning on moving to any place. I could see myself living there, but do I really want to live there? I don't know. For now, it's not the first place on my list. I'm not planning on moving there, but maybe one day, who knows. It has some really beautiful places in this country, and they have really good fruits. Yeah, the weather's better than the north, so why not? How do you sell your clothes on Depop? So it's very simple. You basically download the Depop app, which is free, and then you create your own account, and then within Depop there's a help and support section where they will guide you and pretty much explain to you how it works and give you tips on how to make better sales on the platform. And basically what you do is you post pictures of your clothes, and you have to mention the condition, the size, all of the information considering the item that you're selling, and set up a price and your shipping. So that's how it works. And then basically when someone buys an item, you get a notification. It all goes through PayPal, and there is a fee also. You pay like a tax to Depop on every sale, and you get the money, and then you have a couple of days to actually ship the item. And when the person buys it, you get all the information needed to ship the item to the right person in the right address. So that's basically how it works. How do I edit my IG photos? I want to make a whole video about this topic, so I'm not going to be replying to this question right here. It's just that the video takes a little bit of time. What yoga videos do I use and what's my yoga routine? I'm thinking of making a whole video about this topic, but for now I don't really have a routine, to be honest. In the past couple months here in Switzerland and in the summer, I've been doing yoga sometimes 3 times a week and sometimes only once a week. It depends. Sometimes I do it more as a stretching kind of yoga and not really as a workout. I do maybe like 20 minutes in the morning just to stretch a little bit. I haven't been going to classes since I'm back here because it's not as common as in Berlin, and basically I've just been cycling and running mostly. So I haven't been doing a lot of yoga, but when I do, the videos that I watch are mostly from Yoga with Adrienne, Boho Beautiful, and something that's called, I think, 5 Parks Yoga or something like that. I'll link them all 3 down below in the description if you're interested. They all have beginners and intermediate and advanced classes. These are like the main 3 channels that I use to do yoga. If I don't do my own yoga flow and just do whatever feels right. How is your hair growing so fast? My hair is started growing so fast since I stopped using shampoo, and that was in June last year, so it's been over a year now. My hair has been doing so much better since then. I basically wash my hair with clay and I do coconut oil masks. You can check out, I made a whole video about that and basically how I do it and what I do and what's my experience on no shampoo. So I'll link it up here or up here. I don't know where it's gonna be, but you can check it out if you're interested in that. Do you have a playlist to share? I'd love to know what kind of music you like. Yes, I do have a Spotify, and I'll link it down below. You can go check it out. I have different playlists on there. Every now and then I add new music. What's your job? I'm a student and I work in a cafe and I work on events. How often do you go thrift shopping or like get new clothes? Recently I haven't bought anything in the past couple months, and I'm not planning on really buying anything. Maybe for the winter I might need some things. When I'm in Berlin I do shop a lot more because there are so many thrift stores and flea markets. I have these like periods where I'm like super inspired fashion wise and I'm like, oh, I need this and I would love to own something like that, and then I go out and thrift it. Whereas these days, like, I've just been trying to get rid of a lot of clothes that I own because I don't really use it anymore. Maybe it's not my style, or it's become too big or too small, or it's new and I've never worn it and I don't think I will. So I just trying to donate it or sell it on my Depop shop. If you're interested in checking what items in my closet I'm selling, you can check out in the description. The Depop shop is linked down there. So it really depends, but I would say on average maybe like once a month or once every 2-3 months. When do you go to sleep if you wake up at 6? Ideal time to go to sleep would be around 9-10. 10 is still 8 hours of sleep, so that would be great if you wake up at 6. But I've been more going to bed around 11. 10 would be best. That's what I'm aiming for. I'm not really doing it at the moment. Like I've just not been going to bed super early, but it's okay. We're learning. Would you ever come to Chicago? I've never been there and I'm always down to visit new places, so maybe one day, why not? It's not planned right now, but we'll see. What's your favorite thing about Portugal? I would say the ocean, how wild it is in some places. Like, it reminds me a little bit of California, but a lot more wild and quiet, which I really like. And also the food, the fruits and vegetables, the quality is really good and produce is really nice. So yeah, that would be my favorite things. Any plans on visiting the Netherlands? I haven't planned to go to the Netherlands right now. However, I would love to go to Amsterdam. I did go to the Netherlands when I was really little because my cousins lived there and I went to visit, but I don't really remember any of it, and I don't think I've ever really been to Amsterdam, or maybe one day on that trip, but I was really, really small. So yeah, I'd love to go. I don't know when though. Do you have any movie recommendations? To be honest, right now, not really. I haven't been watching any movies in the past couple months. However, my brother recommended me the movie called Lions, which talks about Indian orphans, I think. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's good, but he was like, Chloe, you need to watch it, it's really good. So yeah, if any of you guys have watched it, let me know what you think. Is Berlin a safe city? I would say yes. Berlin is a safe city overall. Like I feel definitely a lot safer in Berlin than I would in London or Paris. But it's like any other big cities, and you don't really need to live in a big city for it to become dangerous. It really depends if you're hanging out alone, if you're outside at night, what areas of the city you're going out to, if you're drunk maybe, or I don't know. I think it depends on a lot of different factors. Nothing ever happened to me really since I moved to Berlin. The only thing that happened to me since I've been to Berlin and I didn't feel super safe was that I was being followed. I was definitely being followed once. Nothing happened. The guy just like went another way after a bit and that's it. Another time I felt like I was being followed, but by people in a car. they ended up turning around, and I never was confronted to a really uncomfortable situation or scary. I was a bit preoccupied, but I wasn't scared to the point where like I would start sprinting, you know? And I don't know if it's something that really happens often in Berlin. I haven't heard so many stories like that. And I'm the kind of person who doesn't go out at night and hardly ever get home late. But some areas in Berlin maybe are not the best. But I would say overall, compared to other European capitals, yeah, Berlin is quite safe. At least in my experience. I don't want to talk for anyone else. I've heard not so fun stories, but yeah, I don't know. What is your experience at film school? My experience at film school overall is really, really good. I actually was working together with my school to produce a little episode series of what it is to study at film school, and basically where they followed me through a week of class or a semester, an overview of what it looks like to study at film school. It's in the process. I don't think it's finished yet. I need to get back in contact with the people who are actually producing the video, because I'm just staring in it. But once I have it and once it's done, I would love to publish it, and so you guys could see a little bit more about my life in Berlin and my school life. And the last question is how to be organized in uni. Have a bullet journal or some kind of calendar or a planner, something like that, where you can actually write all your stuff. That really helps me being organized and not forgetting homework or you know, schedule changes, whatever. So I have everything written down somewhere where you can go back to, and also know your schedule and your modules and how the semester is constructed and when your assessments are due and what is it really that they are asking for. And if you really know the program and what it is that you're gonna have to do by the end of the semester, it will be, every class will be a lot more clear, I think, because you'll be able to target what in the class is really useful for you to do a good job at the assessment. Know when your assessments are due, and also if you know that, then you can plan. If you know that you have a big project coming up and that's gonna take you a while, you can plan backwards, so from the due date, and then plan backwards to make sure that you're not starting last minute and you're allowing yourself to have enough time to really finish the project correctly, and taking the time for any issues, or like planning extra time so that you're not super stressed really by the end of the semester, because I'm a pro at this. I procrastinate a lot sometimes, but it helps if you're motivated about what you're studying. If you hate what you're studying, I find it a lot harder to be organized because I really don't care. Whereas if I really love what I'm doing, I care and I want to do a great job, and so it's a lot easier for me to organize. So if it's really hard for uni and you realize it's so hard for you to be organized, and it's not just about you not being organized, but it's also because you're studying something that you don't like, maybe you should question yourself about what major you're in. But that's another topic, I'm not gonna get into it. I think that's all the questions I wanted to answer today. I think that's already pretty long. If you have any further questions, let me know. I will reply to them in the end of September. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.